We get so many requests on how to bias Hot Rod Deluxes and Hot Rod DeVilles, we decided to show you. Come on in. This is the back side of a Hot Rod DeVille. Got the back already to come off here. We'll set that aside. And we already have bias probes underneath the tubes here. Now this is an alternate method. This is a method that we use to set the amplifiers, the bias probes. And this over here is the meter for the bias probes. Shows you the actual plate current draw. The other method to bias these amps is to use a simple multimeter and to use the test probe, test spots on the amp. So first off, this guy right down here that's blue, a little screwdriver slot in it, is the bias trim pot. That's what you turn to adjust the bias. Over here is the bias test point that Fender supplies for you to be able to check your bias with a simple multimeter. The amp here has been on for about 5 minutes. We have it sitting at about 25 milliamps on our bias probes. Fender recommends that you set it with a multimeter at about 60 millivolts. So all you have to do is ground off the chassis somewhere here. I'm just going to do it where it plugs in. And if you touch off the bias test point that they supply, you'll see that we're getting right about 64 right now. And that provides us with about 25, 26 milliamps. That's very, very cold. So we're going to tweak it up here a little bit. And turn the screw. And I think we have it right at about 31, 32 right now in the bias probes. So now if we check with our test point over here, we'll see we're at 74. Justin Holden recommends 68. That's right at about 30 milliamps. We feel that that's very cold. At 32 we still feel that that's cold. So we're going to tweak it up here a little bit more. Right there is about 38 on our milliamp bias probe. So now we'll check it again with the multimeter, and we're at 90. 90 and 38, 39 milliamps. 38 to 39 milliamps is really where these things sound great, which is once again about 90 here on our meter. If you want to pump it up a little bit, if you're after a real gritty blues tone, an earlier breakup, then you can run it on your meter over here up to about 95, which would be about 42 milliamps. That's it. Very simple. The plate voltage on these amps runs right at about 450, so I'll show you that. I can measure that with my rig here. And okay, so we're at 460. So at 460 plate volts, 70% dissipation for a 6L6 calculated at 25 watts would be 38 milliamps. And we're sitting very close to that right now and getting at the test point 90, 91 it looks like. So anywhere between 85 to 91, 92 is great. That's it. That's how simple it is. You can do it yourself.